Welcome all. I am Anu Sanni, working as Assistant Professor in Department of EEE, Jodi Engineering College, Cheruduruthi. Today I am going to discuss about delta connection in three-phase system. This topic is included in the Basic Electrical Engineering syllabus of KTU. We know that in a three-phase system, there are three identical windings which are displaced from each other by 120 degrees. So, in order to reduce the number of conductor materials to connect this three-phase winding to the load, we will interconnect these windings. So, one type of interconnection is delta connection. In delta or mesh connection, the finishing end of one winding is connected to the starting terminal of the other winding and so on, which gives a closed circuit. That is, if we take a winding, it has a starting end and a finishing end. So, in delta connection, the finishing end of one terminal is connected to the starting end of the other terminal and so on. So, this will give a closed circuit. So, if we look at this figure, there are three windings. The starting end of one winding is A1 and its finishing end is A2. The starting end of the second winding is B1 and finishing end is B2, and the third winding starting end is C1 and finishing end is C2. So in this figure we can see that the starting end of winding A and finishing end of winding C are connected together. Here finishing end of A and starting end of B is connected together, and here the starting end of C and finishing end of B are connected together. So this forms a closed circuit and this is called delta connection. And three line conductors will run from three junctions of the mesh and these are called the line conductors. These are the line conductors. That is, from this junction, three line conductors will run to the external circuit. This is called the line conductor. So, if we look at this figure, we can say the relationship between the line voltage and phase voltage. That is, we know that what is line voltage? Line voltage is the voltage between two line conductors. That is the voltage between this line conductor R and Y. That is called the line voltage, which is represented by ERY. Similarly, the voltage between Y and B, that is represented by EYB, and the voltage across B and R is represented by EBR. These are called the line voltages. Now, what is phase voltage? Phase voltage is the voltage in a winding. That is, if we take the first winding, it is connected between terminals 1 and 2. So the voltage across the terminals 1 and 2, which is represented as E12, is the phase voltage. Similarly here, the voltage across 2 and 3, that is E23, is the phase voltage, and voltage across the terminals 1 and 3, that is E31, is the phase voltages. So here E12, E23 and E31 are the phase voltages, and ERY, EYB and EBR are the line voltages. Now, in a balanced system, the magnitudes of the phase voltages will be same. That is, magnitude of E12, E23 and E31 will be same. Because in a balanced system, those windings are connected to the loads which have same magnitude in all the phases. So the current flowing through all the windings will be the same and the voltages will have the same magnitude. That is called a balanced system. So for a balanced system, we can say that the magnitude of E12 equal to E23 equal to E31, which is equal to E phase. That is the phase voltage. Similarly, all the line voltages will be same. That is ERY equal to EYB equal to EBR, which is equal to EL. So in a delta connection, if we look at this figure, we can say that this E12, that is voltage across the terminal 1 and 2, E12 is same as ERY because these two are parallel voltages, so they are same. The voltage across terminal 1 and 2 and the voltage across the line conductor R and Y, they are parallel, so the voltage will be same. So we can say that the phase voltage is equal to line voltage. In a delta connection, it is very important. Remember that the line voltage is equal to the phase voltage. Now we are going to find the relation between the phase current and line current in delta connection. In delta connection, the phase currents are I12, I23 and I31. That is the current flowing through the windings. That is called the phase current. So if we look at this figure, the current flowing through the windings, that is represented by I12, I23 and I31. They are called the phase currents. Whereas the current flowing through the line conductors, they are called the line currents. So here the line currents are marked as IR, IY and IB. They are called the line currents, and I12, I23 and I31 are called the phase currents. Now we are going to find the relationship between this phase current and line current. So in order to find the relationship, first we have to draw the phasor diagram of this currents. So we know that in a balanced system, all these currents, that is I12, I23 and I31 have same magnitude, but they are displaced from each other by 120 degree. So first we are going to mark these phase currents. The phase currents I12, I23 and I31 are marked with a phase difference of 120 degree with each other. Now, if we look at this figure, to find the line currents, we have to apply KCL at the junctions. So, applying the Kirchhoff's law KCL at junction 1, we know that what is KCL? The sum of incoming currents will be equal to sum of outgoing currents. So here if we apply KCL at junction 1, the incoming current is I31, whereas the outgoing currents are IR and I12. So we can write the KCL equation as I31 is equal to I12 plus IR. Therefore, IR is equal to I31 minus I12. Now in the phasor diagram, we are going to mark this I31 minus I12. So we have already marked I12. To get minus I12, we have to extend this I12 in the opposite direction. So this will be minus I12. Now we want to find the resultant of minus I12 and I31. So this is I31 and this is minus I12. We are taking the resultant of this 2. We will get the line current IR. So this is IR. Now to find IY, we have to apply KCL at junction 2. Applying KCL at junction 2, we will get IY equal to I12 minus I23. To get the line current IB, we have to apply KCL at junction 3. So IB equal to I23 minus I31. So we will get the complete phasor diagram of this system. This is IR, this is IY and this is IB. Now to find the magnitude of IR, we have to take the parallelogram law. So the parallelogram law is IR is equal to, what is IR? IR is equal to square root of I31 square plus I12 square plus 2 into I31 into I12 into cos angle between I31 and I12. Here no need to take minus I12 because we are extending this I12 in the opposite direction. So now it becomes minus I12. So no need to take again minus I12 in the magnitude. So IR equal to I31 square plus I12 square plus 2 into I31 into I12 cos 60. That is angle between I31 and I12 is angle 60, because if we look at the figure, it is clear that the angle between I31 and I12, that is, they are the phase currents. So the angle between this is 120 degree, and angle between I12 and minus I12 is 180 degree. So total this angle will be 120 plus 180. We have to find this angle. What will be this angle? This angle will be 360 minus 120 minus 180, that is equal to 60 degree. So the angle between I31 and this minus I12 will be 60 degree. So if we find the resultant, this will be IR equal to root 3 into I phase, because we are substituting I31 and I12 as I phase, and we know that IR is called the line current. So IL equal to, what is IL? IL equal to root 3 into I phase. So the line current is equal to root 3 times phase current in delta connection. So remember this relation: in a delta connection, the line current is equal to root 3 times phase current, whereas line voltage is equal to phase voltage. Now we will see the expression for power in a three-phase circuit. We know that in a single-phase circuit, the power is V phase I phase cos phi, or VI cos phi, where phi is the angle between the voltage and current. So for a three-phase system, what will be the total power? The total power will be 3 into V phase I phase cos phi, because in a three-phase system there are three phases. So the total power will be 3 into V phase I phase cos phi, where phi is the angle between the phase voltage and phase current. And for a star connected system, we know that 3 into V phase I phase cos phi can be written as 3 into this V phase is equal to, in star connection, V phase equal to VL by root 3 and I phase equal to IL. So substituting that, we get 3 into VL by root 3 into IL cos phi, that is equal to root 3 VL IL cos phi. So if we express the power in terms of line voltage and line current, the expression for power in a three-phase circuit is root 3 VL IL cos phi, whereas in terms of phase current and phase voltage, the power will be 3 into V phase I phase cos phi. Now coming to delta connected system, we know that the power in a three-phase circuit is 3 V phase I phase cos phi, that is equal to 3 into, we know that in delta connection, phase voltage and line voltage are same. So instead of this V phase, we can substitute VL, and phase current is equal to line current by root 3 into cos phi, that is equal to root 3 VL IL cos phi. So the expression for power in a three-phase circuit is root 3 VL IL cos phi, or 3 into V phase I phase cos phi. So that is the expression for power. So hope the topics are clear. Thank you.